regardless how it was really strong up front.
Yeah.
But this time around, they will really get the Dolia for themselves, which was banned in game number 1. And KAGE still wants to stick with their guns.
Yeah, KAGE does go for the Lung this time. Obviously, it was available in Game 1. I was kind of surprised why they didn't go for it. Yes, 0-0 has a good performance on the Lady Sun, but the Lung gives you a little bit more of an extended life, right? You can use infinite fastness to get out. You can use it strategically to wait. You can use it even earlier in these team fights and then just wait for the damage to be done, come back down, fear your enemy team, and then go from there. But it's going to be locking in the Dune for the second time for Nova Esports. They're going to take the Lady Sun for themselves. So it's kind of like Muchi saying, hey, you had a great game, right? So I'm going to show you what a best game looks like on a Lady Sun.
Ooh, spicy, coach. Like, you really make things really well for Nova. But yeah, they have more advantage to do so. Again, not really like a good game for Lady Sun. I think we will need to check how the appearance is really working here for these two. Because in some cases, the Lady Sun would work depending on how this hero is slowly being amplified in the early game. But Musashi as well open.
Yeah, I think at this point, KAGE would do well to ban out the Liu Bang as well. The Liu Bang into Nova's lineup is going to be really scary. They already have the heals. Can you imagine more shields? And the Dun is already super tanky. I think KAGE need to ban out this Liu Bang.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an even more oppressive Shuhan if they don't, right? So we saw him in Game 1 on the Guan Yu, and it was very oppressive onto the side of KAGENDRA. I do like the Masashi pickup though, right? So again, it gives up the knock-up into the back lane, maybe trying to take out Muchi onto the Lady Sun or even the Dolia first part of the game, so she can't give over the Celestial Blessings. But I like the Zhongfei. It looks like Nova's actually going to ban it out for themselves, right? So they're like, hey, we know we could slaughter you with this pick, but we're going to take it off the board for you.
Down in the lane too. Like, I know Nova has it, but KAGE could even pick it up for themselves for the Lady Sun. But good thing they know how to play their cards. They had the Liu Bang. It's a very devastating lineup here if Nova really gets it for themselves. Because if you want to have a stable start for a Dolia to work, probably have one really great frontline fighter or to just move around the map quicker. Yeah. I think Hanshin as well is an effective tool for that. I don't know if they will consider that, but up against a Byron, what do you think?
See, I knew they was going to go for the Byron, right? Because again, it's a double knockup. So if Musashi fails, Byron can then go in and get the knockup. He has a force field suppression as well, so he gets the shield come through, does a little bit of AoE damage. So just a bit more oppression on the side of KAGENDRA and a bit more of a bruiser type front line as well as the Zhongfei. We saw Mufas on it in Game 1. It was able to catch out Wendy once, but they need to just make sure they play on the front foot, play ahead, but it looks like Wendy wants to go through the Ganon mode again.
Oh, Sun Tzu.
Hey, there we go. I was correcting the Game 1, right? I said Sunset would be great in the Clash lane, and there we go. He comes through. They've traded the horse for a boat.
Okay, circle around the map quicker, much faster, but this is really scary, right? You said it correctly. The Ganon mode with the peel. You have AoE from the Dolly just to knock everybody up, and that's where the Sunset or the Sensia will come in for the backline of KAGE. Despite banning out the lane, this is like a greater advantage for backline harass and hold as well.
Yeah, I mean, Sunset kind of just completely just goes against the Byron as well, right?
All right, so Game 1, pretty long game, and I think one of the things you have witnessed to is that this game is going to be extremely fast from Nova.
Yeah, they're going to try and set that up right, but I mean, the Diao-chan, I mean, is that the first time we've seen this in the competition?
Yeah.
In competition, I think even in the World Cup as well, I don't remember seeing a Diao-chan, but Diao-chan will do well if they time that pedals in the wind well. At the same time, it's a lot of damage.
This is what we was expecting for KAGENDRA, right? There was need to bring out the trump cards, and if they want to try and take the win, maybe the Diao-chan is going to be the way to go.
Let's see for ourselves on how this game will be a comeback for KAGENDRA. Again, we expect more of the cards that will really show up in this kind of situation because again, would you really want to play with the same situation or just be unorthodox or maybe a cheese pick that could give yourselves a boost heading in for game number 3? Who knows? We will now find out on who will have the advantage in the knockout stage. Will it be the seeding or will it be a chance to move out from the group stages as KAGE wants to do from that interview?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense that they go for the Diao-chan in this one, right? Because they're already down 1 loss. If they don't pick this now, they will be regretting it for the rest of their time here. But already Muchi already putting some dominance into that farm lane. We see a rotation coming from Wendy as well to try and take off the side camp so that the likes of the Lung don't get that extra gold early on, or trying to get a gold lead over Muchi. But right now, the only thing they have going for them going against this one to try and contest it is the smite from the John Fei. But I'm really interested to see how the knockups and from the Byron and the Musashi are going to work into the Dial Chanting to be quite oppressive into those team fights, especially when everyone's huddled up. A little bit of a 1v1 up into the clash lane. It's a swinging of swords and axes.
Okay. No, it's a pillow fight, as we call it.
Yeah.
Not just yet. But I think to add more to the knockups and control on how the layering of KAGE will do, I think they need to be wary on where the Dole is really positioning onto the lane. This is just the wonder of this lineup for Nova Esports, is they have more control on where everybody's heading. Like, you don't want the Zhang Fei moving into your camp. You don't want the Musashi moving to your base as well, because just like the reach that they can do, the range and the AoE that KAGE has right now could really take for a one start of a team fight that will lead to a great snowball. So be careful again. Top action.
Not going to quite follow through with that one. CY is kind of just baiting them out with that one, trying to make sure that they overstep so they can then claim the victory within that. But just going on to the Dolia pick here, so we could see a lot of that coming through onto either the Dune or even the Sunset, right? 2 set sails or 2 unruly blades will be yet to be seen as we get into this game 2. But hey, we were talking about it earlier. Friday is hot day, and you can win some amazing skins, right?
Yeah, Fang skin, everybody. Yeah, be sure even in the pre-made, you will still have some perks, but be sure to win that, okay? Don't make things very complicated in just one solo queue, but you can really actually win.
Okay, Barley, they might give it a try at this point. Senku is looking for more. He's going to drop the Lotus as well. Here comes some flowery potential. Maybe they will not hit the mark. It's close, but the return fire is going to come. CY is looking for that first blood. Movers gets caught on the stun. He will give away first blood. And once again, KAGE, they struggle to get that lead that they're looking for.
Yeah, didn't even need the set sail, right? They were just like, hey, just make your way down there with your 2 feet, Shuan, you'll be good. But we saw the teleport mechanic come from the Ganamo with great oppression into this as they go into the access of and steal the Shogun from Wairo.
Yeah, I love how Nova is layering this. I love how Waypit, the Mermaid, the Dolia is becoming the bait. No pun intended. It was a great pool, right? It was like you gathered 3 and you gave so much advantage for space for them to follow up. That's how we saw the difference here. Nova is slightly building up a lead, and they would really want to have this advantage as well. For the Gun and Mo, damage items just needed to make everything work for the pokes. And this is like an advantage, a slowly growing advantage for KAGE to need to beware for the counters as well. Muffers, stress, and kind of like tension needs to be out of the situation, because this will really work if they would really have a great outburst in most cases that Nova can't handle.
Yeah, I mean, about 1k gold lead going over to the side of Nova thanks to the first blood. Maybe even set up a successful neutral objective over to the side of Team Nova as well. Shuan was hiding in the brush, hoping to try and take down Hans there, but he's going to get the teleport mechanic go down into the mid lane to try and give some kind of assist over to his team to get a neutral objective. But CY being very impressive here with a wind slash.
Yep, they get it onto Hans. He's going to be taken down. Set sail to add on to the combination as well. They want more in the jungle just to push them away. And KAGENDRA, once again, on the back foot. It's really hard to approach this.
No clash lane. Hans being taken down first. It was a clear go signal for Nova to take the advantage against them, but this would really create space as well for the farm lane for more likely push.
Speaking of creating advantages, right? They get the neutral objective, they get a kill, they get a T1 down into the farm lane, meaning that 0-0 doesn't have a safe place to be had right now. Once again, we're seeing a rinse and repeat for Muchi in the farm lane, looking to try and take and push the farm lane way further in his favor.
3k Goldie's build as well. Meanwhile, they're holding this farm lane. They really want to put pressure against KAGENDRA, and they really force Hans to switch lanes here because of the 0-0 didn't have much of a great time in the farm. They really want to get those minions in.
T1 opening up really early there, even earlier than game 1. So Nova really putting the foot on the gas. Even though gas doesn't fuel a boat, it's still being fueled here. The Infinite Fastest is able to get 0-0 out of this team fight as well. So a nice little use of the Infinite Fastest, but they know they could try and take another fight and know that Lung has more.
Yeah, one thing for a pickup as well for the item Gun and Mo, finally getting that scepter. Also, this would really amp up more of the peel that we see from the blades as well. So they need to be careful. So for the defensive items, you have the Guardian just yet for the Zhang Fei. Puts up more pressure though for this farming, this roamer to be up front most cases, but they need to be careful with the peel. Look at that, how Wendy's just aggressively being in the camp of KAGE right now. Look at that peel that we were talking about. Slowly, they need to be wary of the positioning because that would really give advantage for Senku as well.
Yeah, nice little use of the couple blades, just trying to check those bushes nearby, just trying to get a bit of an advantage within these early engages. Because if Wendy hits one of the squishy heroes on the side of Team KAGENDRA, it would be pretty much a hard comeback here, like we saw there from Senko. Senko taking a lot of shots there from those couple blades. Sunset taking the T1 up into the clash lane as well. So a lot of domination once more in Game 2 for Team Nova. They're waiting for the minions to crash through into this mid lane, trying to just clear and make sure they can try and open up some more TGs.
Yeah, speaking of opening, man, they're doing the same thing that they have been doing in game number 1. Nobody's coming for a team fight. Suwon just controls everything on where to push those minions in. So far, he's just being consistent and holding that clash lane right now, and they're waiting for KAGE to just come in. But look at the position of Hans, though.
Blue team has destroyed a tower.
Phenomenal. He's not able to get in there. However, Sensei, he's looking to redirect the boat hit onto Junk Fade. Like I said, I'm not Nostradamus, right? I'm claiming the 2-0, but the knockup with the Ganamo really sets up this hero in the middle.
Are you the counter mojo of Kin right now?
I think I am. I'm balancing the feng shui, right?
That's a good one, right? I like at his point. But of course, I am in support of KAGENDRA's comeback as well. But I mean, we have to be factual with it, right?
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Nobody's able to touch Wendy once again. And even with the Diao-chan, even Senku, I mean, he is definitely one of the best mid laners in this tournament. I'm not sure about the players in Indonesia, but you know, I'm gonna listen to the coach. He is touted as the best mid laner in Indonesia, but it's a draft difference here.
Yes.
Yeah.
A mega draft difference, right? I mean, the Diao-chan looked like it would be hopeful, but this is a hero that has to be playing from the front. So you need to make sure that your team is ahead with gold, with kills, with control. And right now, none of that is going over to the side of KAGENDRA as they lose another T2 down into the farm wave. So right now, backs against the walls, going into 8 minutes. Not even the Shadow Tyrant's back up yet.
Yeah, they're not even getting it, right? Oh, half HP peel.
Speed the right range we've been looking for, just to kind of just clear those waves off. And we do see a little bit of a 1v1 here between Schwan and Hans. Nothing is going to be committed though, they're just trying to clear that pressure.
It is a big disconnect. I think there is fear on some of the members on the side of KAGENDRA, right? And they don't want to overcommit because they know what's at stake. But once again, the set steal, I don't know if they want to play off of this, probably not.
Yeah, it's not kind of time to commit, right? But they're really forcing everything out. Because everybody's just over-committing to that kind of situation. I think Nova saw potential in taking T3 right away because nobody's committing, nobody's going out. And the overstayed position of KAGE has been doing an advantage for Nova to take either the Tyrant or even the Overlord, depending, because right now, Suwon, we have been seeing him push. I think they don't need the Overlord just yet.
Not even need it. I mean, they've just got all the push mechanics in their draft, right? So that they're able to take the high ground turret up into the farm lane because they were able to press the team between those two. So they had to make a wise choice, and unfortunately, it was a choice of keeping the mid lane high ground turret free for now, but it could still be taken down in the next minute or so.
Yeah, it's a similar thing, man. Like from game number 1, and I believe in you guys. How you place the hesitations are really showing from KAGENDRA right now, especially here. Oh no, wrong bush.
Yeah, we were all getting caught out, but this might be a turnaround. Look, they can't even deal any damage to CY that's considerable.
Yeah, I mean, he's 2 levels ahead, right? So he's happy. He's doing his job. He's doing bits. But Dolia here, wait bits.
Okay, the bait comes in. They do get the kill onto Weeraw. This is not a good fight for the side of KAGENDRA. Once again, Muji on the backlines, left untouched. CY catches Senku in the middle. So what about your flowers? It is all flowers for your funeral. He's gonna try 0-0. Wants to turn into a hero, will not be allowed to do so. At this point, it's not gonna be looking good. Instant kill as Nova, they crush their dreams, they move on forward, and they want a higher quality match.
Man, that was, I mean, game 1 was impressive. Game 2, stellar, right? Zero kills going up against KAGENDRA, and it just goes and shows that there's truth in what they said in that interview. They didn't want to give anything over to KAGENDRA. They wanted to send them back on their bikes home and out of the competition, and that is what they would be.
Well, what you discovered today, gentlemen, you have been countered for 3 games. This guy has counter mojo as well, but from that kind of joke that we're trying to build here, KAGENDRA would really need to sit out for this one because Nova Esports is not giving space to everybody. Even though they have secured anything, man. They have secured most of their spot, rather, in the knockout stage. But yeah, this kind of like a newer, continuous version is Nova Esports is doing. Amazing showing of consistency. Let's throw it over to a host for their winning interview.
Okay.